This right here is a continuation to the last video that we uploaded when we got into stars and superstars in battle rap and what my personal definition is. Not everybody agrees with my definition. Also, remember, people, when I give a definition of a superstar or a star, I'm definitely factoring in the business side of things. I'm a whole league owner. Okay, so the business side, the ROI, the draw, the ticket sales, the pay-per-views, the views on YouTube, all of that to me is something that's going to be associated with the superstar. A star, once again, is somebody that garners attention. If they're on the card, you pay attention. Whether you want to buy the ticket or not, whether you're looking for the bootleg or not, whether you actually flew into another state to watch the card or not, a star is on the card. Okay, you're paying attention. Okay, so I could get more in depth than that, but we'll leave that alone. I want to talk about image in this one as a continuation. Battle rappers and entertainers paying attention to their presentation on camera and as well as the product on camera. So yesterday when we did that video and I said I can hear it I've been editing I've edited a majority of the battles up until like a lot of the Runya Day stuff myself. That's on the RBE channel. Like most of the club drum battles that's on the RBE channel, I personally edited. I know the difference of being there, knowing when you got a small turnout, knowing how the crowd reaction sounds in the background, the people on stage, the people behind the cameras and the microphones, how they sound. I know that stuff very, very well. So when you guys heard my take, of saying like, people are focusing on the crowd reaction for the Av and Eazy battle. That's becoming a topic, even though crowds are always a topic, whether it's you feel like it's biased because one battle is from here and one battle isn't, or there's gas in the building. Crowd reaction and crowd location is always a topic in battle rap. It's all good. But I'm talking about when there's not necessarily a big turnout and that affects the battle. And I might be one of the only people that was trying to say that without footage like this. I'm going to play it for y'all in a second. But I could hear it in the audio. I could hear it in the reaction when Av was rapping in that clip. And I was just like, it's not a lot of people there, so that's just how it goes. When you see Eazy the Block Captain return after 7 months, and some people would say Eazy the Block Captain, he's a superstar, or Eazy the Block Captain, he's a star, or Eazy the Block Captain, he's a heavyweight. It depends on the context. Once again, is he one of the best battle rappers on the scene? Absolutely. But draw wise, if you think ARP is coming from a place of dislike or hate, there's a lot of times when I'm telling y'all things, even though it comes off maybe as a negative opinion, I'm still telling you something that I really true believe in my heart is valid. Okay. I've always believed, well, I shouldn't say always. I do have a strong belief that a lot of Eazy the Block Captain's viewership outside of his talent is tied to controversy. When we watch the views of his battle or his videos, if he's not into it with somebody, it could be Rosenberg Raw, or me, or Jay Mills, or you see the views of those videos high versus when he's promoting something. We did those videos, we broke those down. And now when I look at outside of controversy and views on his channel, when I look at like his draw ability to his own cards as the main event and the A side after being away for 7 months, that's supposed to be a scenario where we see a star or superstar quality shine, right? So shout out to Johnny Matt. Somebody sent me this clip yesterday, or this post yesterday, and I was shocked, but at the same time I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like the turnout here, this appears to be a post from in the building. You see Eazy the Block Captain. He's right in front of the camera. Looks like he's hosting for a second, introducing what I believe is a co-main event. And a lot of people saying the battle of the night, Dre Majesty versus KD. And as the camera moves around, it looks like there's no more than 40 to 50 people here in Philly.
All right, I'm out of here. Philly, make some motherfucking noise. Yeah. The whole city in the building. We got North Philly, South Philly,
Wow.
we got West Philly, man. Southwest. Philly United, man. Shout out to Skins Battle Academy.
I see Av here in the background. I guess he's overlooking. He's coming up next, probably. Yeah, it sounds like he's introduced in the battle because I believe it was judged. So he say nobody bitching if you lose because there's money on the ground, right? And I hear Johnny Mac hosting, Philly in the building, camera crew right here, two cameramen. This is a very, very small turnout for an easy to block captain, his own league in Philly main event. Like this doesn't happen with superstars, is what I'm saying. Now I know the promo a lot of people are talking about, but we still want to give a certain level of respect to Easy the Block Captain as a big name. No, but me as a league owner, I mean, fans, y'all do y'all thing. But when I talk about a superstar, I have a certain expectation. I just can't walk around calling people superstars or sometimes even stars if you give them $5,000 and they make $500 back. Right. So when I see people like Beasley on camera and he says things like, yo, we don't have a problem with battle rap per se. It's a monetization thing. Now, I know some of the reasons why he's saying that. But when you talk about monetizing, now, if you are a league that's paying into this card or a sponsor and Easy's being paid like a star or a superstar, where is your return? Because typically in the building, anticipation and promo and pay-per-view kind of run in parallels. Okay, so you're not going to have 50 people in the building and 50,000 people on a pay-per-view. It doesn't work that way. All right, you might have, if you got 1,000 people in the building, you got a nice pay-per-view. That means that it's a decent anticipation. It's a good anticipation, actually. We don't see too many events with 1,000 people. Let me correct that. If you got 500 people in the building, you got a nice budget on your pay-per-view as well. You got 50 people in the building, and you're also accounting for how many of these people are the battlers, how many of these people are the hosts, are they entourage? So like even in this frame right here, you see Dre Majesty, KD's right here, Easy to Block Captain's right here, Av is right here. This looks like Top Floor Loot right here. Even if I count the people in this frame right here and say there's 20 people on camera, 25% of them are part of the event. And then even as it pans to the side, yeah, see Johnny Mac hosting. He said we got the whole city in the building, North Philly, South, and look at this is just an empty room. It's just an empty room. So for anybody that thinks like I'm just talking out of my ass when I talk about promo, needing to do face-offs, needing to have cards constructed that have draws outside of the main event because fans pay into whole cards, your rollout, your trailers, your opponent being a promoter, all of these things, a matchup being anticipated. Easy to Block Captain isn't able to financially, draw-wise, be a superstar in this scenario or even a star, in my opinion, from a business standpoint. All right. So that's tough. Now, this is what I want to add as well. Getting into the image piece of this, when I say we got to be careful of what we show. This post, right, and once again, shout out to Johnny Mac. This is not a post that really should belongs on Instagram. Right. We try to dress this stuff up to make it look good. That's why the cameras are framed where you put the people behind the camera. You got some crowd reaction there, some entourage, and the framing of the camera. That's really all you're going to see. And at least the YouTube drop is only going to show that, like the clips that's already going around Twitter and whatnot. But clips like this going public, especially if you're in Easy's camp, Johnny Mac, once again, shout out. You don't put these up. This isn't the video or whoever recorded this. Johnny Mac's obviously not recording it because he's hosting right here. So whoever he got this footage, you just don't post this, or whoever posted this, because it says Johnny Mac and 4 others. Whoever posted this is not the type of imagery you want to go out for the trenches or for Easy to Block Captain. It just looks like how everybody's talking about battle rap, the state of battle rap, because you got one of the biggest names, and this looks like nobody cares. Like nobody cares, so imagery, and continuing with imagery here for a second. Let me put this on mute. All right. Now, Easy obviously got a camera in front of him. There's nothing wrong with having security with you and protecting yourself. We spoke about that plenty of times, but Easy's already got that imagery stain on him because his opponents rapped him about it, or Pat Poose will drop a freestyle talking about, you got security and you're not famous. This is just not imagery that you want as a gangster street nigga battle rapper. Like the entertainment perception of a gangster street nigga battle rapper, ex prison guy, drug dealer. He's rapping bars like it's either I battle Av, I rob a bank, or I go back to the trap. I saw the clip. And then this type of footage doesn't do any favors for Eazy. And it's not even like it's just about, because once again, protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with having security. But, like me, I had security at every event. I might have popularized, put it, and then look at this. Like it just the imagery of this just looks crazy. It looks like you're trying to put an army of security guards around you and nobody else. This is when people be like, yo, where's your homies? Like, where's your day ones? Where's your family? They pulling you back in, what, to try to save you from the raindrops? Like I'm not even joking. They literally like they pulled them back in right there to save them from the fucking raindrops. Like, somebody texted me this last night and asked me, ARP, of all the events that you've done, have you ever seen a battle rapper with security? And I said, in all honesty, I can't think of anybody outside of Eazy the Block Captain. Not a bad thing. Let me continue what I was saying prior. Me, I even made it look, I guess, acceptable and cool to have niggas on camera with the straight rifles and all that. I put that imagery there. I could have had that off camera behind me. Like I seen footage online before of security guards like with Smack, but they're kind of like off to the side and off camera mostly. Like the times that I've seen it captured on footage, it's an imagery thing. You know, this footage right here is, I wouldn't put this video out because as much as it's about being safe, the imagery of a gangster street nigga battle rapper, this is what the opponents bring to the stage. You just got to be aware. Like, who's posting this stuff? Like, you just got to be aware. Like, it don't do me no favors for that type of stuff. It really doesn't. If I'm Eazy to Block Captain, like that 15 minutes of fame video that he did with Uncle Rod when he was talking about his security and, approaching knowledge and all that type of stuff. It doesn't, you have these narratives around you and you're in Philly. It's supposed to be your neck of the woods. Like when I have security, you're still going to see, like when we go out to the after parties, whatever, you're going to see 10, 12, 15 people with us and security. But of the people that's with me, you got friends, you got family, you got blood, you got some people that they could be security, if you catch my drift, but we have legal licensed security with us as well. This just looks like when Pat drops freestyles like this is the imagery that they pick on. So I kind of just want Eazy to Block Captain to do a better job reading the room and not allowing certain things to be on camera, like that image right there, and people recording him, as far as like the sellability of him as a brand and the turnout of people that tout him as a star or a superstar. I want them not to put that footage out of just showing 20 people there in the room while he's introducing the co-main event to his own card on his own league. It just doesn't look presentable. And then people start asking the question, like, shit, if that's an Eazy main event, is battle rap really dead then? And then you got to ask the questions. Well, is it that it's shown here in situations like this, Eazy absolutely does need URL or a big opponent like Hitman, or promotion and the imagery of Rem promoting next to him, or Chrome 23 promotion and rollout? Does he need those things? We can't say there's no anticipation for Eazy at all. It's been 7 months. So just a continuation from the last video. I know people would hear some of that and not realize that I'm talking from an experience standpoint of running those events and understanding the production and hearing the audio of that crowd. And then when somebody posts video like that, it totally shows what I was saying. It's an empty room pretty much, but it is what it is.